family, Tokozani, Hotep Royals, how is everyone doing? Welcome back to another teaching. If you are watching me on TikTok, this teaching will be uploaded onto YouTube. So if you are not subscribed on YouTube, I don't even know what you are doing, but I welcome you back. Thank you. If you are new to this channel, my name is Gogo, or you can call me Nkulu Nkanyezi, Mkulu Nkanyezi. And I am welcoming you to my channel. Sorry about that. I'm welcoming you to my channel. Once again, we're here to grow, to become. We are here to become. We have been lost for so long. And, you know, thanks to doing a Sankofa and going back to pre-colonial times before our development was arrested, we are truly finding ourselves. We are grateful for our ancestors who left things set in stone for us. It's interesting how not only did they leave libraries of books which have over the centuries being slowly destroyed, there's only a little of those libraries left. However, there were those who set things in stone so that they would survive for eons and eons until we came along and we could finally utilize this knowledge, this sacred knowledge, to liberate ourselves. So I wanted to welcome you and introduce you to the season of Nut. We are in the season of Nut. Nut in isiZulu, it's umpetikazi, meaning we are in the final month of our African calendar. If you don't yet have your African calendar, if you're in the diaspora, here's the English version. I don't know why you don't have a copy, but I love the season of Nut. And who and what is Nut? Nut is what you see as the night sky. Nut is called the Lady of the Light. She is a feminine energy, a feminine principle, and her dispensation or her work is as protector. That's why she is often depicted as a huge arch that goes from one part of the horizon onto the other through the night sky. And actually, when you go to Inzalo Yelanga, which we will be doing to celebrate the new year, if you look at the night sky, I think if you look at the cover picture that I've put here, you literally can see Nut. You can see this encircling of stars across the sky. Now, Nut in the creation story is known as the consort or the lover of Geb. I've explained before that in our cosmology, there's always a yin and a yang. There's always a masculine and a feminine energy, and they are paired because that is how nature is. In order to achieve balance, there has to be this yin and yang, this feminine and masculine, this light and dark, and so on and so forth. And so she is often depicted as a woman with stars in her body arching over Geb, who is the earth. Now, we've had a lot of back and forth in the past about why we call the earth Mother Earth if in Kemetic cosmology, earth is Geb, who is masculine, who is the consort of Nut. And many people, it becomes a very interesting conversation that we've had about this, because for a lot of people, it's like, Mother Earth, we plant in the earth, earth is fertile, all those attributes that are of the feminine. Well, when we talk of earth and Geb, we're talking about the electromagnetic energy. That is what we're talking about. The torus field of earth is Geb. So it's not really contradictory when you look at it from that sort of scientific and spiritual perspective. And I always laugh when I see the picture of Nut over Geb. and I make a tongue-in-cheek comment, and I'm like, yeah, women, it's always been women on top. So yeah, that's a little side joke that I have. But this season is such a powerful season because Nut is the alpha and the omega. Umphetikazi in isiZulu, ukuphetha is to close. Ukuphetha is to complete. Ukuphetha is to, yeah, to complete. So she is the beginning and the end, in the sense that as the final month in the African calendar, she ends it. But then she sets the tone for the beginning, meaning to say, in order for Asar to come in, she has to do her work. Now, in Southern Africa right now, the month of August tends to be a very windy month. It's windy, there's a lot of, and it's almost like there's a huge cleansing that's happening, right, with all these winds, in order to prepare for the beginning, in order to prepare for the new year. So the season of Nut is very powerful from that perspective. During the season of Nut, here are some of the things, and they're in the calendar book. I'm just going to read them to you. The things that can connect you to Nut are: the stone is lapis lazuli, right? Lapis lazuli is that blue crystal, very, very powerful crystal. If you look at the uses of that crystal, it really sort of correlates with the season that we're in. The color is indigo. I'm actually wearing the color indigo, which is this sort of deep blue, almost purple color. Indigo comes on a spectrum, and so we chose this deep, dark indigo to indicate the velvet night sky, right? Her metal is aluminium or steel, right? So you want to connect with her, aluminium or steel. The incense is called Storix. To be honest, I've never heard of this incense myself. I've never even looked for it. Her scent is ambergris. Ambergris, that I am familiar with. The tree is the sycamore tree. And the animals are the serpent, the frog, and the eel. Now, if, when you go deeper into studying Kemetic creation story, and in the beginning, you'll find that frogs and snakes played a very important part in the creation story at the very beginning. It's fascinating to me because I'm also interested in other cosmologies, meaning to say I'm interested, for example, in Ifa, I'm interested in Ubungoma, and the significance of the snake in these stories tells us the power of Nut in terms of creation, in terms of the beginning and starting. So Mother Nut is here. Please take advantage of this time. What are some of the things that you could be doing at this time? I think that what's really important to be doing at this time is paying attention to what's going on inwardly. This is the final month of the year where you really can go deep spiritually, because after that comes September. We exit the period of spirituality, of working on our spirituality and being spiritual, and we go into the phase of physicality, because coming into Asar, or the new year, we start to get physical. And this is confirmed by nature, because in the southern hemisphere, people start preparing the fields for planting. The trees are active again. You start to see the buds on the trees. You start to see the new grass that is going to be sprouting. So it's really, really important to align whatever it is you're doing with whatever energy is prevailing. So this is a good month, and we are using it at GEK, and any of us who are, spiritually inclined, and if you want to align, we are fasting. So the fast started yesterday, and we are fasting until the 22nd of September, 23rd of September. We break fast in celebration. Why are we fasting? Number one, we're going into that deep and final intensive spiritual work that we will be doing. And so I'll describe to you what the fast is and what you can do with this fast. Even if you're not coming, family, even if you're not coming to the New Year celebration in Mpumalanga, you don't have to be physically there to be there, right? We're spirit beings having a human experience. So you can align and you can create resonance with us while we are there. We will be live streaming this throughout the whole thing, so you can take part. I remember my first one, I literally kept the all-night vigil. I was up all night. I partook in the invocations, Upatla. I also partook in the song when they were drumming. I would get up right here in my office and I would dance. So I literally, I felt like I was there. In fact, I was there spiritually. So I did the fast as well. For the 21 days. And like I said, I'll describe to you what the fast looks like so that you have an idea. Now, why are we fasting? I said it's the final intense spiritual preparation. We are doing a cleansing. We are doing a detox because we are going into spring. So think of it as a spring cleaning of your spirit. Think of it also as a spring cleaning of your body, because what we're also doing is we're preparing our bodies for the new year so that we go in with new energy, we go in with renewed vigor. It takes about 21 days for cell turnover in your body. So when you do this fast, you're literally fast tracking your cells so that by the time the new year comes, you're also new on the inside. Does that make sense? We are detoxing because the place that we will be going, for those of us going physically, is an energy vortex. And at this energy vortex, obviously, there's going to be this powerful electromagnetic energy, so that within your body, if you have an area or a place of dis-ease where you are ill, you can get your healing there. And a lot of people have. This isn't some miracle, guys. We don't believe in miracles. This is just pure science. This is pure spirituality. You go to a sacred site, you've prepared your body, you are conscious and intentional about why you're there. You get healed in places you didn't even know ached. You get healed in places you didn't even know were hurting. Your DNA gets upgraded and healed and renewed. You are renewed and healed at the cellular level. So some of the healing that's happening, you're not even conscious of. But if you happen to be someone with some sort of ailment that you are conscious of and you want that healing, well, start preparing your body. And you don't have to be there, by the way. But you can fast in order to heal your body. So let me talk a little bit about fasting. I have a video that I have done on fasting in great detail. It's on YouTube. It's under the playlist, Kemet Health. You can go and get the full details of different types of fasts and what they are doing within your body when you fast. From my perspective here, I'm simply talking about fasting as part of our spiritual preparation for the new year, right? So really fasting, this is when you fast, when you don't give your body food, you don't give your gut food. 70% of energy that is used for digestion is released to do other things within your body. Brain function is optimized. Your immune system is optimized, which is really what I'm getting to in terms of your healing. When you optimize your immune system has that opportunity to go throughout your body, removing anything that is diseased. So if there are cells that are growing abnormally, which is a precursor for many cancers, it will help with that. Where there is inflammation, your immune system can go and work on that. You fast to remove things that cause a lot of mucus buildup in your body. And mucus is built up in your body as a response to inflammation. Mucus is secreted in your body to protect your organs from inflammation. So when you go through your fast, you lose a lot of mucus. Your inflammation goes down. A lot of aches and pains will go down. You regulate your blood sugar when you do fasting. A lot of people are pre-diabetic without even knowing they're pre-diabetic. And so that is one way in which, whether you know you're pre-diabetic or not, you can regulate your blood sugar. So if you go and you watch the video on fasting on Kemet Health, it will give you the types of fasts. It'll also give you what sort of foods that you really want to be staying away from when you're fasting, depending on what it is you're fasting for, right? So that's a segue and a by the by as to what we are doing in this powerful season of Nut. Last push spiritually, guys. The other thing you could be doing during the season, you have a whole month, right? If you are somebody who's been intentioning and manifesting something, remember I said manifestation doesn't work with you just sitting and envisioning and seeing, right? If there is something you have been intentioning to do, this is the time to put a plan on paper. So it goes from here into 2D, which is paper, and then come the new year, you're ready to execute. So this is a good time to be using to really reflect upon what are the things that you want to start in the new year. Remember, in the new year, you have a certain window of time at which you can launch things. After that time or season is over, let's say we'll call it December for those who are procrastinators, right? After that, it is pointless now for you to start launching things, because now we go to the harvest season where people who launched in September are starting to see the fruits of their labor that time. You can't then launch something and expect to be successful. So remember, everything is about timing and alignment. And all you need to do is to study nature, because nature confirms the alignment, right? So you are nature too. So you can make sure that your activities are aligned and confirmed by nature. I hope this makes sense. So, powerful season that we're in right now. I'm going to also do in this season a series of teachings about different things, from what does protection mean? Who are the protectors? Because it's a very interesting thing that came up in a discussion where we were looking at the Neteru and looking at who were the ones who were called protectors, and whether we have it twisted now where we are calling a certain gender protectors when actually in truth and in reality it is not so. So I love our calendar. I love our spirituality. I love this knowledge because it gives us an opportunity to dig deep into our contemporary way of living and to see how that correlates with nature and whether we are aligned. So I hope this was useful for you. Please, like I said, if you don't have your calendar book, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to read everything about Nut to you. But if you had your calendar book, you would know about Nut. But on that note, I'd like to say great weekend to all of you and catch you on the next one. Take care. Masithokozeni.